What's up guys, I'm back with another video about my truck. I'm sorry it's not about the Mustang. I've not given up on the engine swap. I'm just waiting for some more money, just saving up so I can buy the next couple parts because very expensive. Like the fuel system is about $1,000 and like, anyway. Today we're going to be working on replacing the rear shocks of the truck. Now I don't think these shocks have ever been replaced as far as I can tell. The previous owners like undercoated everything, including the shocks, so I can't see if there's like I can't see the labels or anything like that. And I actually purchased some nice Bilstein shocks. I think they're the 5100 shocks, and we're gonna go put them on and see if they make a big difference. So the way I'm thinking about going about this is I'm gonna jack the hitch point up right here and push the rear end up so it loosens up. Well, not that it loosens up, but it'll relieve the pressure. Come on, it's so dark down here. But yeah, so I'm thinking that it'll loosen up or release some tension on the shocks when I push this part of the truck bed up. So I finished jacking it up this high, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the creeper and get under there and see if I can break loose the bolts at the I'm going to first go with the ones along the axle on the bottom, and then I'll go with the top ones. Or wait, yeah, I'll do it like that. So you're going to need a 15mm wrench. You need to hold the end of the bolt here so it doesn't spin, and then you can just impact it out. Easy like this. Now that one is free. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. So I got all the bolts down at the bottom, as you can see right here. Wow, I was really close, but the lighting's real bad, but got the shock off. Now I gotta go ahead and get the top of the bolts at the top off too, where I think that's just a nut up there. And I believe these are all 18 mil. Alright guys, so I got all both the old shocks out, and it's time to do a nice little comparison. These are the Bilstein 5100 shocks, and these are meant for 2.5-inch lift because, well, for mine, my rear springs have a 2.5-inch block in them, so these will fit right up nice and well. And these are the old ones, and from what I can tell, I don't see any like identifiers. I mean, I think these are literally just the stock ones. The bushings are all messed up here. Wow. So I'm very excited to get these in. They just look so much better. Look how shiny it is. Ooh, shiny. And like, look how ugly this thing looks, you know? Like, jeez. Also, sneak peek of the new wheels that I'm gonna put on. Hope you guys stay tuned and watch out for that video. But yeah, let's get to it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the top of this in first. So I'm just gonna slide this up here. If I can make it. Come on, get in there. So as you guys can see, I managed to get the top nut onto the little stud that's right there. this is all good to go for the final install. Once I get the other side done, or actually, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other top one, and then I'm gonna lower this down until I can align the two shocks with the I don't know what you call this, a knuckle, like whatever the bolt location right here is. Alright guys, so I got both of the shock absorbers mounted at the top. So now what I'm going to try and do is lower the jack till the shocks are at an appropriate height. I'm going to align the one on the left, the driver's side first, and then I'll do the one over on the passenger side after that. So let's hopefully not mess this up. Alright, I think that's the appropriate height for this. Let me go ahead and check if we're good on this side. Shoot. Okay, it's gotta be a little bit lower. Alright, so actually I kind of just pulled the jack all the way out and it's still not, doesn't quite reach down, so that's a bit annoying. I might have to put something heavy here so I can weigh it down. Alright, so I ended up putting my truck wheels on top there. So now let's see if this works. It's looking good. I think it should be okay. Oh man, just barely. Okay. I need a little bit more weight. A little bit more weight should do it. Alright guys, here's the scoop. So when I stacked the boxes up there, it was enough to get the bolt on the driver's side into the knuckle. I'm gonna just call it the shock absorber knuckle. But on this side, I was unable to get that nut or the bolt all the way through. And so what I had to do is I had to put the jack on the opposite corner by the control arms over there, or radius arm, and I pushed the radius arm up, which then lowered this side, so now it all fits in well. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Wish I had a lift. I'm gonna cut the cord thing off of here. Now that that's done and the shock absorbers are in place, I gotta take the nut, put it on the other side and tighten everything up, and we would be good to go. So once again, it's just a, I believe the bolt is a 15 mil. Yep, just hold that down, and I'm gonna take the impact wrench and just take it all the way down. And that's this one done. It's all nice and tight and we're good to go. Oh, I'm sweaty as hell right now. Jeez. It's so hot in Maryland and humid. Well, it's not that it's hot, it's just so humid. I'm sweating my balls off. Just after this I'm gonna be done. It's gonna be great. This is a funny camera angle. Guys, this looks a whole lot better. Like, wow, look how good that looks now compared to the other one. Like, oh my goodness, it's like night and day difference. I mean, obviously those ones are just completely useless at this point, but that is it. So that is it for the install of that. I'm gonna go take a test drive of it and see if it makes a noticeable difference. If not, I mean, I still have to replace the fronts, so once the fronts are in, then we'll get to see what the big deal is with these shocks. Bro, just look how crappy this looks. Like, oh my goodness. Can't believe I was driving around on this. flaky. I think they like toss undercoat on it, so, and they just kind of sprayed it liberally anywhere they could, and this is the result. Also rust, I guess. I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't really matter. These suck. Alright guys, so I'm driving around with the shocks installed, and like, it's not, there is a difference. There is a difference when I'm going over like the smaller bumps. It feels a lot less harsh. Like, it seems smoother. It's a lot smoother going just normal driving. Obviously when I go through bigger bumps and like small little holes, it's a lot, it's not like suddenly dropping and then coming back up. It's more gradually like coming down and coming up. Yeah, so until I would say that these new shocks, the Bilstein 5100, these are definitely worth it. Like, for the price you pay for them, the price range, right? Really good. And the ride quality, especially in the back, because like I noticed there's a difference between the front and back now, where the back's like taking the road a lot better than the front is. So very excited about that, and I'm so glad that I bought these. Like, this is a great investment. Alright guys, that's it for replacing the rear shocks for my 2008 F350. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you guys are into V6 Mustangs or just the early S197 in general, I have an ongoing project where I'm coyote swapping a V6, and I'm still doing that. I have another video planned once I get the part for it. It's still on its way currently. But if that interests you, please subscribe. Really would appreciate it. I really appreciate all my subscribers that I have right now, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.